Yep.
We talked about it numerous times, but...
Yeah, I mean, Tide has received a couple of nerfs, especially to Anchor Smash, now scaling per level instead of having that 60% at all levels. So it did hurt his laning phase a bit. You know, teams have been a lot more proactive about blocking stacks, contesting stacks, whereas, you know, previously teams just sort of let you do whatever you want for a little while against Tide, and, you know, that made Tide just such an incredibly strong hero, but... I mean, I think the Anchor Smash nerfs hit him pretty hard because he needs to be level 6 with 3 points in Kraken Shell, 3 points in Anchor Smash in order to do the stacks, whereas previously you could maybe get away with doing it at level 5. It might take a little longer, and oh, also the aura that the Stone Golem gives, that HP aura, actually makes doing the stack a bit harder, so
yeah.
A little bit of subtle nerfs to Tidehunter make him fall off just a little bit, but...
He's still certainly a strong team fighter, if not as strong of a laner, and maybe early on in the game. For ESC, they got their bread and butter when they first started playing together with MATUMBAMAN Slark. It was up there in terms of Slark players. You think of Illidan Stormrage as probably the top tier Slark player in the West currently. Yep. MATUMBAMAN was up there for a long period of time, and then he started picking other heroes. And well, he's back to his roots now with the Slark, but for NiP, they go a different direction. They pick up Era's Anti-Mage.
Yeah, AM, one of the better heroes actually against Slark is a carry. You're able to just blink away out of pounce, so Slark doesn't really have any kill potential on your hero, and except towards that late game once he gets the Abyssal Blade. And AM can just blow Slark up with an Abyssal Manta and then Mana Void followed up, so AM definitely a good carry, I think, against Slark in general. Bloodseeker last pick.
Oh my lord. Oh, baby. The first time I think I've seen Bloodseeker, maybe in a pro game. I haven't seen that much.
It's the first time I've personally seen it. And it looks like it's going to be a jungle Bloodseeker. Yeah, jungle Bloodseeker. Mid Zeus, offlane Clockwork, support Venge. And I mean, Bloodseeker, I could see it being quite good against... It's very good against melee cores, so... It'll be pretty good against the Troll Warlord, making sure that he's not able to do what he wants in these team fights. Not going to be able to move around. It's going to get kited. And it's not so good against Anti-Mage anymore because he doesn't really have that targeted silence. AM's never going to get hit by that AoE
he's just gonna blink
delayed
out.
thing. Yeah.
Unless they set it up somehow with, like, I don't know, a cogs or anything pounce even. But even that's still like, no, that's not going to happen.
How are they going to kill Anti-Mage this game?
I don't know. They need some way to... They need an Orchid.
Yeah, they need an Orchid or... I mean, like, Venge's stun is not very long. It's also destroyable by Blink and Manta. They have the hook shot.
He has Spell Shield. At one point, the Spell Shield is going to resist a lot of this damage. I mean, like, the damage is one way to deal with him, but with 1 point in Spell Shield, which is 20% or 26% magic resistance, it's more than enough to maybe survive against Zeus's ult, Zeus's abilities in general. And
yeah, I mean, the only way I see him die if he gets hooked into into the Bloodseeker silence. But other than that, I think Anti-Mage is going to have a fantastic game.
Yeah, this is going to be his game, essentially, to take over, much like it was the Drow's game last game. So, for now, we are going to jump into the game. Again, it's game number 2, and at 4AC, they need a win here to move this to game number 3. Otherwise, they are done for Dota Pit Season 3, and it's been an inauspicious start so far. They've lost every game they've played in. Hopefully, they can get off to a bit of a better start in this second game here. And, well, for NiP, they just need to keep doing what they're doing. And for the Swedish squad... On the Radiant side, we'll have Junison Fan playing your Tidehunter. He'll be going up into the top lane and the off lane. Mid lane, it is Ape Mother playing your Troll Warlord. We'll have Seal Kid playing your Earthshaker. Arrow playing your Anti-Mage. To round it all out, it's going to be Handskin playing an Ancient Apparition support. And by the way, he had that fantastic game.
And for 4 anchors and the Sea Captain, we're going to have MATUMBAMAN playing his signature hero. It's going to be the Slark. Supporting him is going to be Vaalix on the Vengeful Spirit, as well as Buugi playing what looks like to be a jungle Bloodseeker. In the mid lane, we're going to have Nymphy on the Zeus, and offlane, we're going to have Nubber on the Clockwork.
So, he's going to have a ward. He's going to try to put it down. Maybe not block a creep kit, but rather just get some vision for any sort of rotations that come through. Hanske does have 2 sentries. We'll see if he can guess where this ward is.
Yeah, that should get dewarded pretty easily. Usually you ward left side, right side, gets all of these downward wards. It will miss the one, like, if you place it right here, but
yeah,
not a commonly placed ward, so this should be a pretty easy D ward.
Yeah. Hanskin should put the sentry down, assuming he knows that the camp is blocked, which he'll find out pretty soon. And
yeah.
8 Mother missing his block a little bit in the mid lane, so it looks like, actually, yeah, no, and then we should have a pretty good time to start things off. Arc Lightning, no surprise there. And actually, just look at 8 Mother playing pretty far up here. He wants to be on the high ground. And
yeah, this is typically how you play against the Zeus. You sit on the other side of the hill. It does make you susceptible to ganks, but he doesn't really have to worry about that since there's only really one support hero that could roam on him, and it just makes you avoid all of the Arc Lightning spam.
Hanskin does find that ward rather easily, like you talked about, and gets counter-warded immediately, so
yeah.
He'll miss the first spawn. After that, though, it's pretty much all pulling from there. So, for AC, now they have MATUMBAMAN in the top lane, and I really, let's see how much they can get done with this Slark. This is going to be the big key to this matchup. It always is for MATUMBAMAN.
Yep, and actually, unfortunately, 8 Mother missing a lot of CS in the mid lane, only getting 3 from the first 2 waves. Not something you want to have happen when you're playing the Troll. Known for his 1v1 prowess, has very high base damage, 70 in the melee form. It's only about 50... I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's like 54 or something in ranged form.
55.
55.
Yeah. Close enough.
It depends right on the items you go.
Yeah. He has actually Slippers of Agility and 3 GG branches. He gets that extra bit of damage coming through. Top lane, Tide maybe in some trouble. Magic Missile, Wave of Tear for Junison Fane is in trouble. He's going to get chased down. There's the pounce, and this should be first blood, although he does get the Anchor Smash off, but the Essence Shift too much. One more right click. No! They have to break pursuit. He was so low, maybe about 20 HP when he was getting chased down. That's actually huge. NiP does get his clarity cancel. He's going to get slowed up by 8 Mother. He's looking for the top rune spot. There's the lightning bolt. Buugi's coming in as well, and he's just going to pop the blood rage to say, get out of here. This is our bounty rune, goddammit. But down bottom, Seal Kid will get the Earthshaker haste rune, and actually, Neighbor needs to be very, very careful.
MATUMBAMAN, he's just going to pop the salve and walk away, but he was getting quite low there for a second.
Oh, Era going in, Chilling Touch going, and Neighbor in some trouble. They need to slow him down. Ice Vortex goes again, a couple more right clicks, but the cogs coming in. Era doesn't have blink for a couple of seconds. Salve going through, it might have gotten canceled, actually. Neighbor's going to deny himself, maybe. No, first blood for Seal Kid, just in time. The Hill Trolls almost got him.
Wow, that was very close. Honestly, the Stout Shield probably preventing himself from being denied, but at the same time, he probably would have died earlier.
Magic Missile top lane. Now Tidehunter getting chased down. Anchor Smash not enough this time. He's going to fall. It's going to be Vaalix getting the kill. 1-for-1 exchange. Both offlaners taking a spill early on in the game.
And he was at 5 HP. Yeah,
My
very
Lord.
Unfortunate. You know, it's one of those things where he probably would have died without a Stout Shield, but he would have also got denied if he didn't have a Stout Shield.
Well, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah. Those melee creeps only doing 28 damage. I mean, those little creeps.
The Hill Troll Berserkers, my god, those things suck. Yeah, anyway, back. I think the most important part of this laning matchup now is going to be the mid lane and obviously the jungle going for the Bloodseeker, who's level 4, by the way. So he's not doing poorly, honestly.
I mean, that hero is so good at jungling. Usually hits to level 6 at about the 5-minute mark, and that's when he's going to do his first gank.
What's your usual item progression with a jungling Bloodseeker, though?
I think you go... Sorry, I've never played it. But I think typically I've seen treads into... It used to be Blade Mail, but I'm not too sure Blade Mail is good anymore. The reason why I used to go Blade Mail is because you'd Blood Rage yourself, and then the damage from Blade Mail would be doubled. Or increased by 40%. So it'd actually be 160% reflection or something crazy.
Oh boy. It seems like a lot of damage. Pounce, Wave of Tear, Magic Missile was already used on this Tidehunter. He's getting chased down, and more Essence Shift stacks being stolen, and again, but MATUMBAMAN will find this kill. Another Anchor Smash, the stick goes, and I mean, he's just wasting a lot of time. There's going to be a Dark Pact, and actually he's getting kind of low himself, but I mean, he should get this kill. The Tango is helping him out, but actually MATUMBAMAN, yeah, very close to death there. Sitting at about 100 HP, a couple more Anchor Smashes, and maybe even a couple of right clicks would have killed him, but they still get the kill. Tide goes down yet again. That's his second death, and that's a duel that's just actually pretty rough for this Tide.
I mean, Sark is definitely a good hero. Up against the Tidehunter, is able to deal a lot of magical damage with the Pounce and the Dark Pact, and then steal some of his stats with the Essence Shift. So one of the better melee heroes actually going up against the Tidehunter.
The Essence Shift becoming a pretty big nuisance. He actually has to go back home. Down bottom. Maybe a Fisher coming up from Seal Kid decides against it. Air is thinking about going. Battery Assault. Fisher does fly, but Air is not going to go ahead and fight that. Air doing a nice job, though, sitting at 30 CS, and, well, an anti-mage at the top of the farm chart's not really what you want to see for 4AC.
Yep. And actually, the Tidehunter is doing a really good job of stifling the farm a little bit of, you know, even though he's died, he's gotten a lot of experience making sure that the Slark does not get complete free farm. Slark's only sitting at 19 last hits.
Meanwhile, anti-mage, they do get the kill bottom lane. Neighbor gets caught out, the Fisher block going through, and well, unfortunately
they combine the Troll ultimate with the Fisher for an easy kill onto the Clockwork. So really well played so far from NiP, especially in the safe lane.
We do look for the top rune spot.
Buugi pretty close to level 6.
Anchor Smash. There's 3 heroes in the vicinity. Bloodright's gonna go. They're gonna get the silence off. 8 Mother. He's gonna take a lot of damage. Lightning Bolt kills him, and now Tide getting chased down. Buugi.
Oh, he's gonna die.
Yeah, there's the Rupture. He just got it. Level 6 skilled up, and Jonas Fan has to stay here and just take it. He'll go down. 2 deaths, and 4AC now off to a lot better of a start in terms of what they were up against last game.
Yeah, and one also a thing to note, they can Blood Rage the Zeus. It doesn't really work with the ultimate anymore, but it still works with his other nukes. I mean, it will work with the ultimate if he's within the, I believe it's a 1400 range now that it works off of, but yeah, looks like he is going to go Treads first. It'll be interesting to see what he goes for next. If it's going to be that Blade Mail, or if there's some other item, he could possibly maybe go something like an SNY I could see working, or a BKB, something like that.
Mopbax, I'm kind of curious. I don't know if you posted the stat already. I apologize if you do, but could you see if there's any, how many games I should say the Bloodseeker's been picked up in this patch? I'm actually kind of interested.
I would not very many, probably.
Yeah, I imagine very
the
few.
The hero was actually pretty decent when the Blade Mail thing worked, but it's definitely not as strong without the Blade Mail sort of bug, I guess.
Neighbor's gonna get caught again, it looks like. 22 games, 20 in the Eastern, 2 times by Vegas. Wow, that's something else. Cold Feet, and there is going to be the stun coming out from the Cold Feet as well as the Fisher combination, and he's actually just going to die. Air's going to right-click him down to death with another Battle Trance, but mid lane, there's the Rupture into 8 Mother. He's going to throw up his rolling axes, trying to get the mischance, but, well, Magic doesn't give a damn. Zeus Ult goes the Lightning Bolt from NiP is more than enough to get the kill. Top lane. MATUMBAMAN in some trouble here, actually. Anchor Smash is going to go. Does he have enough damage? And Tidehunter has to be careful here, but MATUMBAMAN's going to back away. He has his Shadow Dance passive, which will allow him to regen a little bit, but this Tide is looking for Ravage. He doesn't have it yet. He's getting close to level 6. Gush is going to go Anchor Smash. MATUMBAMAN in some trouble, but there's the Magic Missile. The Dark Pack's going to go, and that'll get the kill. Jonas and Fan getting caught out. Nice kill there coming out.
Really well played by MATUMBAMAN, knowing the exact limits of his hero. That is not a kill that many players would go for, but knowing this hero so well, knowing that he could get that kill, really well played by him.
Ballsy to say the least. Well, again, MATUMBAMAN, despite maybe getting off to a bit of an iffy start, at least in terms of CS, he's getting kills, and that'll provide him a Midas, which is flying out right now. So not going for that early Blink Dagger, which we usually see from him. 8 Mother backing away. His farm has been stifled. 37 last hits, not too bad, but the bigger issue is him dying twice.
But at the same time, Buugi is actually doing quite a good job on the Bloodseeker, not only in terms of farm, but being involved in 3 of the kills currently, so 50% kill involvement, as Giannis and Finn does get initiated on in the top lane.
Pounces up again, and well, he's going to go down. Just Buugi comes in, right-clicks him once, says thank you for the gold. I'll just take that quickly.
Look at how farmed he is. He's got Treads and 1800 gold on this Bloodseeker.
2-0-2, it's not about the CS, it's more about the kill score, and
I mean, he has the most CS on his team.
That's true. 47. So it is about both, really.
But at the same time, Anti-Mage for Era doing exceptionally well. 60 last hits, 2 kills, highest net worth in the game. And we talked about it. There's not really a good way for 4AC to kill this AM.
It's difficult. Although, Rupture, and you blink away from that, that's kind of problematic. It's a lot of damage to be taken as an Anti-Mage. I don't know, the Bloodseeker might be a bit better than many thought against the Anti-Mage here.
That's it. You don't take damage when you blink, do you?
You should, don't you? I'd be very surprised if you didn't. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe you do. I don't... There's like a range where you don't take damage.
No, we'll have to wait and see the first interaction. I imagine they're going to try and get a kill on him sometime in the near future, but actually Boogie's top lane. He might TP down bottom. Wave of Terror. Oh, everyone's entering the jungle. NiP and Vaalix, they're leading the way. Actually, when NiP backs up, he doesn't want any part of this. He just leaves Vaalix alone. He says, no. We need to leave now. They were actually caught out by a Smoke of Deceit break from 8 Mother standing nearby, farming up into the jungle, and they didn't want to engage. But now Vaalix is wrapping into the mid lane. Wave of Tear is going to go. Magic Missile. 8 Mother takes a bit of damage. NiP's here looking for a Lightning Bolt, but there's the Fisher. He can Zeus ult maybe, but that's not enough damage to get the kill. Now they might get the kill. Whirling Axe is going to go. 8 Mother walks right in, but there's the Ravage. They can kill him before he gets the Zeus ult off, and there's going to be the double kill, the Mana Void. He buys back just to get the kill onto 8 Mother. That might have been worth it, honestly. Who knows?
How much did that buyback cost? That cost him 412 gold. Yeah, it was worth it.
And so he continues to shut down 8 Mother, but he does get involved in that double kill, and Era gets the double kill. He's going to have Tread's Battle Fury. It's going to be done at about 12 minutes for Era. That's absurd.
That buyback was not worth it, because now Zeus ult is on cooldown, and he can't farm the mid lanes. So if it was like the old buyback where you could just farm right after, it would be worth it, but...
Oh, goodbye, Seal Kid. MATUMBAMAN Invis Rune picks up a pounce as well and gets the right click. Killing spree coming out for your pink MATUMBAMAN Slark player.
And MATUMBAMAN off to a great start. 3-0-2 with the Midas. Probably going to work towards the Treads. It'll be actually interesting to see if he goes for the Blink Dagger or the Lothars. I know I've seen a lot of Slark players going back for Lothars now. For a couple of reasons. The reduced cost. People, starting to recognize that it is actually a good item. A lot of people thought it was just, some dumb pub item, but a lot of players favoring the Lothars recently. Or sometimes even forgoing Lothars and Blink, going for a Sage and Yasha.
No instant Skyday rushes, though, for the most part.
No.
You generally want to build something into the Skyday first. Buugi has his Blade Mail completed. NiP is looking to get this boundary, and he's going to find it. He's going to get gushed in the meantime. Battle Fury now done at 12 minutes for Era. Fisher block onto NiP. He has Zeus ult. Ice Blast is sailing through. It's going to connect barely on NiP. No, it misses. Bloodright's going to go. Seal Kid's still alive, but he's going to fall. The silence comes in, and Buugi gets the big nuke damage, and it's a 2-for-1 trade. Hanskin, he's zooming across that Ancient Apparition. He's flying. He has the haste rune. Meanwhile, now 4ASC are starting to take over the jungle. A very good start for 4ASC. However, again, NiP's Era, 12-minute Battle Fury. Courier, that's the dire one. Era knows that he's maybe in trouble. Nope. TP scroll, he'll buy one. He'll probably just blink into the trees, and they actually see him. Flair's got to spot him out. He'll blink further. They have hook shot ready to go. I don't think they'll go for it, though. Point booster up for Ancient Apparition. He's building towards that Aghanim Scepter. 4 heroes down bottom, and they're trying to push in and try to fight this poor anti-mage. He will blink away. They might even just give away this tier 1 tower.
And we were talking about the skill with the Bloodseeker. It does look like he's going to go for the Blade Mail still, and he does have an Ogre Club, so probably a BKB after that. So going to give himself a lot of survivability armor, as well as that reflection from the Blade Mail.
The Hand of Midas Shadowblade, apparently a higher win rate here. That seems...
Honestly, I've seen it have a lot more success.
More attack speed for sure.
Yep.
That ain't bad. Well, Era's gonna head mid, and they could use some tier 1 towers.
Structures are fortified.
Well, they're gonna lose the tier 1 tower. 4 AC bottom, Buugi again. He'll be taking the damage, but he'll get the tower itself. TP back mid coming up from Nabar. Now repronounce the name. Era heading over towards the jungle camp. He's just continuing to farm. He's maybe going to find a double damage rune, or that's going to be 8 Mother. Oh man, Jonas and Fan is having a tough time on this tide though. No arcanes, still nowhere near a Blink Dagger either. He'll pick up the double damage rune, he'll bot it up. He'll be ready to go. And then Fee and the rest of the squad are going to move towards mid. They've taken all of the tier 1 towers. But at what point, I mean, like, the question is, will Era be able to take over this game like he took over the previous game? Or is this a little bit closer in terms of what 4AC can accomplish in the late game? They have Buugi, they have MATUMBAMAN. How will they contest up against Era?
Well, I just noticed Tide's lack of farm. Only 1,200 gold at 15 minutes. Though not getting very close to the one. Doesn't even have arcane boots. He's actually died 6 times, so having a really rough time. Up against that dual lane. Getting even ganked by the Bloodseeker a couple of times.
They jump in. They actually get the kill on Hanska. He's called out. Sealkid, no Fisher. He has Echo, but he's a bit too far away. NiP's going to try to TP stick charge. Oh, he misses him and chance on him. Yeah, that's a good thing he didn't pop the Echo Slam there. I don't know if he had enough mana for it anyways. He just got enough. And yeah, the Tidehunter actually just got up to 1,400. He had taken some ancient attacks. He was at about 500 before, so it could have been even worse.
Yep. So he's having a really rough time this game. 2,500 gold now up on Buugi. Having the time of his life on this Bloodseeker.
He's gonna have that BKB.
I mean, he's gonna have a BKB so quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, if we go ahead and look at net worth, he is the highest in the game right now.
Yeah, Era's not too far behind, but Era's the only one that's seen even close to 7,000. Unison fan is in some trouble. He's going to get chased out. He really wanted this blink, but he'll buy a TP instead. He'll try to get out. Battery assault going through. Hookshot's on cooldown. And Unison fan is just going to get destroyed by Nabar. And, well, NiP, good use of that lightning bolt to get vision.
And, well, putting him further behind, now at 1,300 gold. I mean, is this one of these games where we might not even see a blink dagger until 20-25 minutes on the Tidehunter?
Usually that happens a lot for Centaur, but that's what it feels like anyway. Buugi might get ganked top. Sealkid. Ice Blast is going to go in. Blood Right goes through. Fisher's going to fly, and Era's going to jump. He's going to get silenced up with the Blade Mail going, but there's the Echo from Sealkid to finish it off. Just for good measure, and Era says thank you very much. They didn't want to take too much Blade Mail damage, so they combine it to get a pretty big kill.
Yep, nice kill from them. Really well executed gank. Waiting for the Ice Blast, then the Fisher follow-up, and easy...
Oh, easy troll kill.
Yeah, this troll not having a good time either, so both troll and Tide really suffering this game.
That's the issue. That's your two cores essentially. Besides the anti-mage.
Yeah, AM is the only one doing well. This game is just going to be AM versus Dire pretty much.
Well, we've seen it before. Another Swedish carry that you might know of by the name of Loda has he's been known to take over games. And Era's not a slouch either. MATUMBAMAN is going to come in though. He's looking for a potential kill. Shadowblade comes through. Control ping. Jonathan fan is here. He has obviously his Ravage ready to go. Pounce is going to come in. Anchor Smash. Gush. And he just gets killed instantaneously, and Era has to blink out and TP away. NiP Lightning Bolt, and Era's not going to make it. Era's going to fall. This is a big kill. Pounce is going to go in, and MATUMBAMAN gets it. He's got the double kill, and that's a dominating streak ended. And they get MATUMBAMAN all of that gold. That got 900 gold, or 850 coming out from MATUMBAMAN. Rupture onto Sealkid, swap out. That's an awkward short engagement swap. Vaalix is going to get fissured, and Buugi as well, but Match Missile onto Sealkid. He's in trouble. They actually missed the Whirling Axes into the range for him, but it doesn't matter. He's dead anyways. And 17-8, and they've actually dealt with the anti-mage by killing him. Now, if they can do that again numerous times, they'll be way ahead. They're already doing pretty well at about 7,500 net worth lead.
Yep, and this game is slipping from NiP's fingertips. It's gonna get really tricky now. They got that kill on AM. That was a really big kill for them. Setting him back. And what is this? Troll and Tide really have not contributed to the game. I mean, the Troll has contributed with his ult, helping get a couple kills bottom, but not really doing too much besides that.
That top lane was just a disaster for Junison fan as well. Otherwise, this could have been a pretty early blink dagger, which he's still struggling towards. In fact, did he buy a bottle? I'm pretty sure he didn't have that before. Maybe
no, he's had that all game.
Maybe a wand then. He just lost. Maybe it was that kill that he lost a lot of money from.
I think he actually only had a wand. Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Yeah. BKB now done for Buugi. They're going to smoke up. They're going to head toward Roche, maybe. But guess what? NiP have the same idea. They're going to maybe scout out Buugi as they head over to the Roche pit. They're going to see Vaalix. They're going to see MATUMBAMAN. Fisher goes in onto him. MATUMBAMAN with the Shadowblade looking for Sealkid, but where's the follow-up? They jump in. Sealkid pounced up. Echo Slam does get off. And they were already too busy dealing with the ward. They weren't even going to help out Sealkid. He just dies. He just falls over dead. Now they got to find MATUMBAMAN. Pounce dark packed away as well. Blink is up in a second here, and he could try to just jump on MATUMBAMAN if he wants to. He is hightailed. He's got a bit faster move speed. MATUMBAMAN has Shadow Dance, not going to pop it off yet. Buugi on the backside. 8 Mother coming in. Now the BKB goes up, and now hook shot in. Arrow in some trouble. There's the Ravage going through, but the Blood Right destroys that anti-mage. And now Buugi has to back away. Ice Blast, he'll TP away, and he actually will go down. That Ice Blast just connecting at the tail end of that BKB. Not that it matters. They've already lost 2 on the side of NiP. They're 2 cores. Ravage has already been expended. They have nothing left in terms of damage, whereas MATUMBAMAN will come in and clean house. And 3 dead on NiP's side. 4 ASC continue to roll. This game, again, slipping away from NiP. Still Kid getting chased down. MATUMBAMAN, I think, missed his pounce. Not that it matters. Nice to chant Totem. Fisher's got to go in. No Dark Pack from MATUMBAMAN. He will not dive, and actually Seal Kid survives because of it.
Yeah, really well played by 4ESC. And all the spells used from NiP, but it doesn't even matter. The Ravage only hitting on 2 heroes. Nice BKB from Buugi, and I mean, they just completely evaporate this AM. With the Blood Right, the 2 Zeus nukes, and he goes down. That's the only person on your team doing well. This is going to be a very difficult game for NiP to come back from. Only at the Battle Fury, Yasha probably going to have a Manta at around 24-25 minutes if things go decently, but it is not looking good so far.
The crazy thing is the 12-minute Battle Fury that transitions into this.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily his fault. He just...
I mean,
they're
he had
targeting
no
him.
space this game.
Yeah. This is what you have to do. They're denying him completely of any farm. And MATUMBAMAN's going to Shadow Blade up again, and who's he going to find this time? Hansken? He's been pretty good about surviving, but this might be his 3rd death.
He is dead.
Right click, Pounce, Dark Packs, and dead. Ice Blast goes, but that's only going to last for a short period of time.
Yep, and that is an 8-0-3 Slark.
We talked about MATUMBAMAN Slark. There it is. Dark Pack Bounce. Other side of things. Blockwork jumping on Seal Kid. Era trying to fight. He's looking for NiP, and Era has to just blink away. He blinks up into the trees. TP's ready, and Lightning Bolt's got to go. Eric can try to TP now, maybe. He's got to TP further into the trees. And while that was all happening, Buugi picked up the Aegis. I think he soloed Roche, maybe with the help of Vaalix with the Wave of Terror.
Yeah. And this Bloodseeker having a really good game from the jungle. I wonder actually what item he's going to go for next. I'm not too sure. I mean, we've hardly ever seen this hero in professional games, so it's hard to say what he's going to go for.
He has Blade Mail, he has BKB. Could go for an SNY, maybe a Basher. Radiance is unlikely.
No, I could see SNY or Basher. Possibly even a tanky item. I mean, you do pretty good damage with the Blood Rage on yourself, so... I think a Heart is pretty decent on this hero, actually.
He'll be almost unkillable at that point. Era has got some work to be done here at 22 minutes into the game. He's got some farm to be had. And 4ESC, they just have to keep doing what they're doing. And maybe even think about putting pressure on tier 2s and tier 3 towers with his Aegis. Well, speaking of pressure, Hanskin's getting some in the back of the head with that pounce. But there's the Ravage. Can they get the kill? They have no detection. MATUMBAMAN's at Viz. And now they do get the kill with Era's Mana Void. The Blood Right goes. MATUMBAMAN was looking for the kill. He couldn't find it. It actually turns into a 1-for-1, all things considered.
Well, I cannot believe MATUMBAMAN survived that. That was very, very unfortunate. They really needed kills like that. They would have gotten a 2-for-1 trade. They even committed the Ravage, only able to kill the Zeus for the Ancient Apparition. I mean, that's still pretty good, but it could have been so much better.
And now they can just kind of play with reckless abandon. Bloodseeker could head towards mid. They can actually try to take the 2-2 bottom. They can split push. They can be aggressive. There's no Ravage to deal with. They have hook shot. But Era comes in, and now Nabar is in some trouble. No hook. He's actually out of mana. Forces to the low ground, but Era's got a blink, and he'll finish this off with a right click or 2. There it goes. He tried hook shot away, but died right as the hook shot popped off. And Era gets the kill.
Yep. And that is Era's Manta Style, so finally gets that at 24 minutes. Not a terrible timing. Usually you'd like to see it a bit earlier, especially with how fast he got his Battle Fury, but
And then the jungle, at least the Blink Ravage is there for the Tidehunter. Out of mana currently. Arcane's probably the next item on the docket. At least it could be. 8 deaths for the Tide. Not one of his best games, certainly. And the most in the game. That top lane, they kind of just left him out to dry. And unfortunately, there's nothing they could have done about that.
That'd be interesting.
Dagon for the Bloodseeker.
Wait, he actually picked up an item, so I guess it's a Yasha. It's going to be Sange and Yasha.
SNY coming out then.
Yep. And, you know, Ape Mother, not really building towards anything right now. Finally finished up Vlad's and Power Treads. I would imagine he would build something like a BKB next, get that magic immunity, have some staying power in these team fights, because currently he just evaporates to the Zeus and the other nukes. I wonder if Anti-Mage will opt for a BKB, or I guess his other choice would be something like a Basher or a Heart even.
He needs something, that's all I know. Want notes or something. Anti-Mage is gonna blink away and he just has to TP out.
I think he goes BKB.
Makes the most sense.
Sure, there's some pure damage coming out. Alright, well, I completely missed that one.
That's alright, I got it. Don't you worry about it. And Matumbaman, pretty cut and dry there, getting the kill on Hanskin. Not much you could do. And that one I missed, though. Nubber gets the kill on the Tidehunter, who's down bottom. And they will counter ward the Ancient stack here. Pounce up, Matumbaman going to work on Seal Kid. You know, they're going to jump in. Matumbaman pops the Shadow Dance. Echo Slam's going to go as well. Fisher on cooldown. The Shadow Blade's there, but he's actually just going to pounce away. And Arrow might continue to go. Mantis Sal's going to fly as well. Out of mana. Mana Void destroys him. That is a godlike spree. And suddenly Arrow's up to 3.2 goddamn K in the bank.
Yeah. And, I mean, that's what I was talking about with how good Anti-Mage can be against Slark. Slark getting low on mana. Had about 30 to 40% mana left. A few clicks with the Mantis style, and the Mana Void just doing tons of damage to the Slark.
That's it. I mean, that's going to provide him the beginnings of another item.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he goes for. It could be a Butterfly, but I don't think so. I think it's either a BKB or a Basher at this point, and then he opts for the other one next.
Vaalix is getting soloed currently by 8 Mother, but now the rest of the squad is going to come through. Hook shot in, and goodbye, Mr. Trollwalder, yet again. Yeah. Zeus ult goes, and that'll actually secure the kill.
8 Mother having a really rough time this game. 8 Mother and Jonasen Fan not having the best of games.
They can still recover as long as Eric continues to make space, which he's doing very well. Seal Kid is he's not doing poorly himself, despite.
I mean, it doesn't matter how poor your score is on Tide. If you're able to get up to that refresher, you always are going to have that presence in the late game, and it is going to be the Basher on the aim.
It's a lot like any big team fighting ultimate, RP, Black Hole. As long as you have that impact, you can certainly take over the game. Double Ravage is going to be huge if he can get there, which the way Anti-Mage is farming now after that kill, certainly a plausible idea. And in fact, the Bash is there, but Jonas a fan. They'll try to TP away. He is not going to make it. The Essence Shift just obliterates the poor Tidehunter again.
It's very difficult to play against Slark when you're this behind as a team because, you know, one of the biggest ways to play against Slark is just 5-man, but when you're so far behind, it's really not an option because the only way to come back is to split up, try to find pickoffs.
Bash, ooh, not there. Man actually playing pretty...
Is he actually gonna... Okay.
He was going in, and he thought about it for a second. Then he saw an error, and he's like, no, I don't think so. You know, he's still thinking about it, but... I mean, Arrow was looking for a first at Bash there. Had he got it, maybe he gets that kill, but... That's optimistic at the very best.
Arrow really needs a BKB to teamfight, I believe. It's going to be pretty difficult.
You get the BKB next, or you go for the Abyssal?
Yeah, I think you get BKB next, yeah.
Speaking of Basher... Boogie buys one. He actually has a casual Yasha.
That's an Aghanim Scepter now completed on the AS. That's a pretty big item.
Hasn't really died that much, except for the past couple of minutes. He's done very well for himself. Boogie leading the way, keeps blood raging himself just to make sure he can get that increased damage going. Ice Blast Fisher, but Matumbaman gets caught out. That axe is gonna hurt. They won't be able to fight for another couple of seconds because of the Aghanim Scepter. That should be level 2 ultimate as well. It is for Hanskin. Deny for Mate Mother. Oh, nice. Vaalix walks up. I'll take that. Thank you very much. He also has a Ghost Scepter, by the way. That's how you know you're having a good time.
That was quite funny. Really nice play by Vaalix. And
I mean, you got to try for it.
Unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, NiP thought the tower was already denied, so they started walking backwards, and Didn't quite do enough damage. Vaalix just comes in, gives it that little support tap. Not really doing too much damage, but it was enough.
Smoke of Deceit. Roche is still down for who knows how long. Might respawn soon. Zeus ult. They know they're off the map. Very timely Zeus ult coming out from Nymphian. Boogie's going to TP away. Nabar is probably going to do the same in a moment's notice. Roche is up in a full 3 minutes. It is just about as long of a duration respawn as you can get. Unfortunately for NiP, who were in a prime position to take that.
Oh, they do see Vaalix. He's probably going to go down here.
Well, first hit bash coming in. That's how you know, man. Ice Frog has thrown you aside to the wolves. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, really
the
nice
RNG was not with you.
Of the magic missile as well.
They have the tools. Now the Ogre Club coming up for the Slark. Maybe the beginnings of, say, BKB? I think? Maybe something else. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yep, gonna be the BKB. So getting very close for a BKB for MATUMBAMAN, and at that point it's gonna be quite difficult to do anything to him for a long time.
Oh, the Fisher block screws over Arrow, and he's gonna get forced back. Nabar's here. They pop the Invis rune, and they can't get the kill. Unfortunate Fisher positioning. Steelkid's been really good for the most part, though, with those Fishers, so he's had plenty of good Fisher blocks, including earlier on in the game. He really needs that blink, but he's not really close. He's playing a pretty hard support at this point because Hanskin's the one getting farmed. That's the thing. That's the reason why there's no Blink Dagger for Steelkid. They're giving Hanskin the Aghanim Scepter. This is something you see a lot of from EG and PPD, he loves to play Earthshaker, but he just doesn't get the farm on the team. So they provide him with the wards, and well, he does what he can. MATUMBAMAN avoiding an Ice Blast. Hanskin, they see him there. They knew it came from that side of the map, and he's just going to get jumped on and killed. 46 seconds of respawn.
Oh, that was a really nice find by them. Knowing that it came from the right side of the map, just throwing some rockets, able to
trigonometry there, man. They calculated that shit, measured even.
Calculated.
Yeah, they got their compass out.
It's been pretty quiet actually for the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Not too much going on.
I think this definitely benefits NiP though for Arrow, unless he dies here. I mean, MATUMBAMAN is looking. They need a gem though.
I mean, I think in theory NiP have better late game, but if they're unable to get up these items, it really doesn't matter.
What about Refresher? Actually, Jonas fan goes for a Ghost Scepter instead, which is maybe a better choice. And by the way, you talked about BKB. It's actually the Abyssal coming out for Arrow.
Yeah, so going for that split push solo kill potential. Can probably kill anyone on 4AOC, bar the Slark. I don't think he has enough damage to kill the Slark in an Abyssal. Maybe with some fortunate bashes
he needs RNG luck in that one.
But, you know, anyone else, and he can definitely solo kill them.
Roche is up, and I don't know if NiP could test this, even with Ravage.
Oh, they do hit an AA ult onto 2 of them.
Oh, they back up now.
Yeah. Probably not going to go for Roshan anymore.
Era's just going to go ahead and split push, and he probably takes this tower. Glyph's available. Battle Trance, and look how fast this thing is saying.
I mean, honestly, all their hopes are on Era right now. With the Troll ult, try to support him as much as possible. You know, have the Fisher, the Tidehunter, Ravage.
This is a smart play, forcing out the TP from MATUMBAMAN to make sure that they can't really Roche. They can with Buugi, but now if you're NiP, you go and get to Roche out as quickly as possible, maybe. But look how fast it's falling. The medallion goes to work, and actually, by the time they get there, it's too late. Roche is done, and Boogie's going to pick up the Aegis.
You know, had he sent another AA ult to Roche, that probably would have been the death of both of them, and they might have even been able to steal Roche. I'm not too sure why. He AA ulted once. There were 2 people in it. Then he just never sent another AA ult. I'm not quite sure what the reasoning behind that was. Maybe wanting to save it for this smoke, but...
Yeah, I think they wanted it for this fight, but it would have been up by that point in time, maybe.
This fight... That's 2 smokes now scouted by the Zeus ult, so...
And I think that's the only time he's used that without actually, like, hitting anybody. Or without actually, like... He's used that only for scouting twice, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, very good by him.
Both times he's been getting the Smoke of Deceit, so that's pretty impressive for a Zeus. For Arrow, he continues to push. Abyssal Blade. Honestly, he could get this BKB by the time they fight anyways. He's already up to 2.4k gold. Looking at MATUMBAMAN, his BKB's done now. He's up to 2k gold, and he also has a TP that flies out to him. BKB for Zeus. Buugi has a BKB. His Basher's done 3K. He'll try to get to an Abyssal. Ice Blast has got to come in, and they'll at least get the tier 2 tower, but they'll probably have to back up after this. And who's to say it might not be traded for something else.
Bro, ult comes through. Era's getting a lot of damage onto this tier 2 middle.
Yeah, but here they come. Tier 3 tower is going to get assaulted, and no glyph now. You have to go back home, unless you're just going to give away this set of racks. They have no TP scroll for Era. That's the issue. And they're going to just try to force out a base race here.
I mean, they have TP on AA, right? He can give AM the TP.
Yeah. And the tier 3 is going to go down. They're going to take a set of racks, it looks like, but will they lose anything in exchange? Tier 3 tower is going to fall. Looks like no. The glyph goes first. And BKB, but NiP getting Abyssal, but there's the hook shot. Era in trouble. No BKB. He's got to get out. He lives. Seal Kid's not so lucky, but MATUMBAMAN BKB shadow dances as well. And now he's looking for 8 Mother. 8 Mother's going to TP out. He will not make it. That's going to be the lightning bolt going through. And it was a smart choice, I think, from NiP to try to go for it, but in the end, they lose a set of racks. They don't get that tier 3 tower.
Yeah, they don't. They really don't want to fight into this Aegis, but not really able to split push fast enough up against the 5 heroes of 4ASC. Really, the only one split pushing was Era. If they were going to split push, they should have had more heroes there to help him push the towers. They should have had someone bottom to get that tier 2.
Well, they did. I think they had 2 heroes bottom for tier 2, and then they had 3 heroes mid, I believe, for at least a period of time.
Well, I mean, Troll still does a lot of damage to towers.
True.
I feel like they should have gotten more out of that if they knew that they weren't going to defend that top tower. But, I mean, they have to defend mid. They can't be giving 2 set of racks. That's pretty much a death sentence, even with an anti-mage.
And Boogie's fissured in now with the range Rex, and Gush is going to go, and they're going to try to bait something out here. Enchant Totem, Rupture goes in, Blood right now going in, and actually anti-mage blinks away.
Wow, that does so much damage.
Yeah, it does do damage, so that's the real counter. The hook shot goes in now, and he's going to catch out Jenison Fan. He can't blink anymore. The Gush is going to go through. BKB, Boogie's going to take the melee racks, and now, well, Jenison Fan is dead. He does have buyback. He's going to have to pop it off once he gets this Ravage off. Magic Missile's going to go. Range Rex is still alive. And that's really all they wanted here. Nepti's going to get another kill. Han's going to get caught out. But now, look at MATUMBAMAN going to work. Seal Kid's done. Era getting silenced up. He is getting owned right now. He has to blink into the well. He is barely alive. Ravage goes through. Buugi might go down, but that's just the Aegis and NiP getting overrun. And whatever hope NiP had, it's probably gone. They might get MATUMBAMAN here, but, well, the Mana Void's going to go. And they might defend. And actually, they push them back. Ghost Sifter's going to fly. Vaalix staying alive, but he'll get right-clicked down in just a second by air. Actually, the Gush goes through from Jenison Fan. He'll just back away. Now Nabar and NiP just going to walk away as well with Buugi not too far behind. Picks up an Eagle Song in what seems to be more than likely a Butterfly. And, well, they still lose the melee Rex mid for NiP, and mission accomplished for 4ASC.
Yeah, most certainly mission accomplished. A little unfortunate to lose MATUMBAMAN, but I'm sure they're certainly happy with that. They did dive pretty deep, but the melee racks was taken down as well as the tier 3 tower. And that, it's not the end of the game, but it's going to be very difficult from this point for NiP to win. There's just too many farmed heroes for 4ASC, and we see Era blinking in, trying to go on the Zeus, but he has a BKB as well as a Force Staff. And they're using these Force Staffs very well to kite around the anti-mage when he blinks.
Eric could take over this game, but still, he's going to have to do with a set a racks and a half down, so.
Yeah, and the other thing is when you're up against this Bloodseeker, if there's only one core that's very farmed, he can just rupture that one core, make them sort of useless for the majority of the team fight. And there's not too much they can do about it.
Era will take a stack. He's going to wait to pick up that double damage rune, and maybe they try to take a fight. And they're going to find all the heroes out here real quick. And the Zeus ult goes just again, a scouting Zeus ult. What did he put on the ground there? What did he pick up?
TP. He picked up the bottle because it has a...
the double
there
damage,
was a DD rune. Alright, so the Zeus ult... They know the Zeus ult was used, so now they smoke after the Zeus ult.
Oh, you buys refresher.
That'd be funny if he refreshed ult. It's probably not going to happen. They should know something's up, though, because no one's defending the bottom lane while it's being pushed in heavily.
And they might find Nabar, but that's not really the best.
Yeah, this is getting pretty desperate at this point. Yeah, he is
Fisher,
gonna fall,
and he's just dead.
But, I mean, what does this really give you? They're going to have to just go bottom now to defend that set of Rex. And lane and middle is now pushing. Yeah, they're not going to get anything from this.
And 4AC could just play almost as passively as they want, as long as they get the next Roshan. Aegis and Cheese.
Yep, they can wait for Roshan. They can even wait for the double Zeus ult.
They really needed a refresher orb coming up for the side on turn. He just can't get there this game. Sitting on just a Perseverance. Well, at least they have the gem now coming out from the Ancient Apparition. He'll probably pick that up. And a Smoke of Deceit as well. Air still with a double damage room. That might be the X factor in any one of these fights. But I mean, he does a lot of damage. But they kite him around like you talked about.
The BKB now. BKB on Ape Mother is at 10 seconds. He also has 2,800 gold. Yeah. That's surprising. He must be saving buyback before buying the BKB because he has never used the BKB. It'd be interesting to see what he picks up.
Abyssal, Buugi's gonna get caught. They blew him up. That took about 5 seconds flat, and they actually 2.
He has a
definitely
haste as well. He should probably try to find someone else, possibly.
Vaalix could be a target here. He's not gonna go for it.
No.
Double damage secured, gets a kill. So that double damage was a lot of the backbone to that kill. But MATUMBAMAN now just bashing up Ape Mother. He's dead. And another kill going the way of the Slark. The Zeus ult goes just to secure it. Refresher, I'm sure, is ready to go. It is. And NiP just don't seem to know where to go right now. They're heading bottom. They're trying to stop this push. There's a couple heroes mid. They're trying to keep the lanes pushed out. MATUMBAMAN's taking it tier 3 tower. There's a glyph available. They might not use it. Hookshot goes in onto some fan, and he's in some trouble. It pops the Ghost Scepter.
He's just going to take... Okay. 11 HP. But he almost solo took that tower, and buildings are just falling for NiP. Is he going to go for this range Jerax in the mid lane? No, he's going to
go for Hanskin. Hanskin saw him with the gem, but that gem is now gone. BKB, and he's not going to pick that gem up, I don't think.
He doesn't have any slots.
Air's going to come in. Abyssal's going to go. Do they have the damage? Now he pounces away, and yeah, that's just the BKB going to work. And maybe he would have lost all his mana, wouldn't have been able to pounce, but Mana Void, not really enough. And Air has to back now. Instead, he's going to get caught by NiP. He's going to blink away. Arc Lightning is going to go. Zeus ult again is available. Butterfly now picked up for Buugi as he has respawned. He didn't even need to buy back. MATUMBAMAN jumps in. The gem has been taken, I believe, by Vaalix. No, somebody has it.
Structures are fortified.
It's actually on Seal Kid. He was able to go out and get it.
And
Range Jerax assaulted by the creeps.
There's no defending this. Not without AA alive. They have to wait until AA is alive.
Hook shot onto Seal Kid. That gem's about to fall yet again. BKB, and well, he just throws out a desperation Echo Slam.
Yeah, that's gonna be Mega Creeps.
Mega's gonna go out.
Looks
maybe
like
one last fight for Era.
Game 3.
Yeah. Jumping away is gonna be. Oh my God! Era almost dies from that. Lightning Bolt. Zeus ult again, and NiP gets the kill. Double kill, and he is godlike. Ape Mother's gonna fall, and for ASC with an outstanding performance in game number 2. A far cry from that first game. And they take it to NiP. And force game 3 here against 2 extraordinarily solid teams here in Dota Pit Season 3.
A really solid performance from Buugi from that jungle. Bloodseeker, not a hero that we've actually seen too much, but he made it look good this game. And honestly, a rough game from